Man United transfer news live. Benjamin Sesko twist. Fermin Lopez offer. Jadon Sancho exit. The latest Manchester United news, views, and transfer rumors throughout the day, with our dedicated live blog providing updates on Benjamin Sesko, Fermin Lopez, Gianluigi Donnarumma, and more. Welcome to the latest Manchester United live transfer blog for Monday, August 4th, brought to you by the Manchester Evening News. United rounded off their tour of the United States on Sunday night by being crowned champions of the Premier League Summer Series. Ruben Amorim's side drew 2-2 against Everton to make it 2 wins and 1 draw during the tour. The squad will now fly back to England and return to Carrington. There is now less than 2 weeks until the new Premier League season gets underway against Arsenal. The summer transfer window is still open, with United continuing to be linked with several potential new signings. A new striker is a priority for Amorim, with Benjamin Sesko at the top of their list. Newcastle are battling hard for the RB Leipzig striker's signature, but it has been suggested that United are the current favourites. There are also reports linking United with moves for Aston Villa striker Ollie Watkins and Paris Saint-Germain star Randal Kolo Muani. United have until September 1st to complete their transfer business, and there's likely to be plenty more twists and turns before the window closes next month. Take a look at all the United news, views, and rumors in our dedicated blog below. 07:31 Josh Hojlund. Big week in Sesko race. It is set to be a major week in Manchester United's pursuit of signing a new forward this summer. Manchester Evening News reported earlier this week that they are preparing to advance on a move for RB Leipzig forward Benjamin Sesko, as they look to solve their goal-scoring woes. Sesko scored 21 goals in all competitions for the German side last season, including in the Champions League, while United's forwards Rasmus Hojlund and Joshua Zirkzee combined for just 7 Premier League goals. Omar Barada delivers transfer update. Man United chief executive Omar Barada has commented on the club's plans to sign more players before the summer transfer window slams shut. Speaking in Atlanta, he said, "We have to do a lot of multitasking. We have a team back home led by Jason, the recruitment team, that is working around the clock to ensure that we continue to find opportunities to strengthen our squad. There are lots of late calls and early morning meetings to make sure that we stay on top of it." Read Samuel Luckhurst's player ratings. You can read how Samuel Luckhurst rated the Manchester United players here, including a look at Brian Bumo's first appearance for the T. Is set to be a major week in Manchester United's pursuit of signing a new forward this summer. Manchester Evening News reported earlier this week that they are preparing to advance on a move for RB Leipzig forward Benjamin Sesko, as they look to solve their goal-scoring woes. Sesko scored 21 goals in all competitions for the German side last season, including in the Champions League, while United's forwards Rasmus Hojlund and Joshua Zirkzee combined for just 7 Premier League goals, after missing out on the signing of Liam Delap to Chelsea. Sesko has become United's primary target, but they are facing fierce competition from Newcastle United. The Magpies have endured a brutal summer in the transfer window, and despite securing the signings of Southampton goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale and former United winger Anthony Elanga, they have missed out on a number of key targets. João Pedro chose Chelsea, Brian Bumo chose United, James Trafford chose Man City, and Hugo Ekitike chose Liverpool. The pressure is on Newcastle to get Sesko over the line as a result, and the forward has a choice to make as to whether to move to Tyneside or Old Trafford. Newcastle made their move yesterday, launching an official bid for the Slovenia international forward, although it is below Leipzig's valuation. While United have not yet made a bid, the situation could be accelerated by Alexander Isak's situation at Newcastle. The Swedish international has been pushing for a move to Liverpool, and the Reds have had a bid rejected by Newcastle. Isak missed Newcastle's tour of Asia and has been training on his own in Spain, but is believed to be back in the UK and had been expecting to return to training on Monday. But Newcastle manager Eddie Howe has cast fresh doubt on his future, speaking in the aftermath of their draw with Tottenham on Sunday. "Of course I'd like him to be, but whether he will I don't know at this moment in time," Howe said when asked whether the 25-year-old will return to training next week. Other people have been dealing with that situation back at home. Isak's situation at Newcastle is precarious, and if there is no change in the player's mind to stay at Newcastle, their pursuit of Sesko could accelerate this week to soften the blow of Isak's potential departure. That could force United to make their play, too, and it is a situation to keep a close eye on over the coming days. Make sure you don't miss out on the latest United. Make sure you'll subscribe. Manchester United have been linked with a shock transfer swoop for PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, as his future in France was left in doubt this weekend since David De Gea's exit under Erik ten Hag. United have struggled with their goalkeeper options. Andre Onana was signed to revolutionize the manner in which the team built from the back. However, short distribution has been a rarity, and the Cameroon #1 has been criticized for his mistakes. That has fueled speculation that United could be looking to bring in a new first-choice shot stopper into the squad. The Manchester Evening News understands that a budget hasn't been created for a new first-choice goalkeeper, and Onana has received comfort from talks with United that he won't be replaced. But reports in France suggest that United are weighing up a move for Champions League winner Donnarumma. L'Équipe understands that United and Manchester City have shown their interest in bringing the Italian to their clubs after talks between PSG and their shot stopper stalled. With Donnarumma heading into the last year of his contract and a replacement in the form of Lille's Lucas Chevalier prepared, PSG are willing to sell him this summer to regain some of their money. From United's perspective, a would-be move for Donnarumma would be a huge expense for them when they also need to strengthen up their attack. But should they manage to find the money for him, they could provide him with his dream shirt number. Donnarumma currently wears the #1 shirt, which belongs to Altay Bayindir. But the arrival of a new goalkeeper would likely force the Turkey goalkeeper to consider his options. If that were the case, then the Italian would likely be handed the #1 shirt, as Onana has no desire to wear it. A more rogue option, and one which is currently available, is the #99 shirt. He wore that for several seasons with AC Milan and even briefly at PSG, too, before inheriting the #1 jersey. Should Bayindir still be at the club when Donnarumma, potentially, arrives, picking the #99 would likely endear himself to his new teammates. But there is still a lot that needs to happen before the 26-year-old becomes red, if he does so at all. Man United end their US tour with a 2-2 draw against Everton in Atlanta. Decent debut from Mbeumo before going off at halftime. Central midfield is a problem. Somehow need to get more legs, energy in there. We needed more competition, more quality. That's what the club is trying to do. Bruno Fernandes outlines what he believes is an improving situation at Manchester United. Barada, of course, adding players helps. We have seen the arrival of Bryan Mbeumo, Matheus Cunha, and Diego Leon. They have adapted really well. All of the signs are positive and we are cautiously optimistic. We hope we are going to have a great season. Bruno has already confirmed that there is no deal expected for him to move to Saudi Arabia to play at Al Nassr alongside Cristiano Ronaldo. Benjamin Sesko this update comes as Al Nassr is already recruiting many players to maintain its high performance. With a month to go until the summer transfer window stated that what matters to him now is Manchester United, where he currently plays, and he is happy that after missing out on Liam Delap and being linked with countless other strikers throughout the summer, confirmed that Bruno Fernandes has turned down Sesko might provide the answer United and head coach Ruben Amorim notably Al Hilal for the Reds, and is not as reported by the Manchester Evening News on Wednesday. He advancing with his commitment to Manchester United and his desire to continue playing at the highest level at Aston Villa have no intentions of selling Ollie Watkins, including communicated earlier this week that Watkins and Sesko, United's top striker targets, that a cluster of big-name strikers have been on the move this summer. Indicate they have approached Bruno in an attempt to build a Portuguese core, such as Victor Gyökeres, Bruno Stampont, United and personal ambition Bruno Stampont. Sesko is one of the last big-name strikers available, although Fernandes has openly said he turned down a lucrative Saudi offer. He boasts a because his goal is to continue playing in major European scoring 90 career goals. He emphasized his happiness and loyalty to Manchester United. He joined RB Leipzig in the 2023 summer transfer window and has scored 39 goals in 87 games. Bruno is not heading to Al Nassr, despite only turning 22 at the end of May. Sesko has already established himself as Slovenia's chief striker. But Bruno has made it clear he has 16 goals and 41 caps for his country and started content and focused on European football. The 2024 Manchester United can buy a striker. He was unable to get himself on the score sheet in Germany. Is now Man United's Newcastle United and England striker Alan Shearer was encouraged by his performance as the tournament came to backing him to end up in the Premier League financing a deal for RB Leipzig striker Benjamin Sesko before selling any members of their bomb squad. In July, United have opened discussions to sign Sesko scraps a lot of the time in a deal that could cost up to £79 million. I've no doubt about that. Newcastle United are resigned to Sesko after United. having lined up the Slovenian international as a potential replacement for Alexander Isak if he joins Liverpool. Newcastle have suggested United adding interest from Newcastle United. Sesko has cemented himself at the top of United believe they have extra desperate need for a reliable striker without United imminent sales of the last two Premier League campaigns with a negative goal difference. Barcelona and know they can ill afford to salary window without the addition of United around £14. Rasmus Hojlund regressed last season and Joshua Zirkzee is not a striker. Transfers although Sesko is yet to step foot in the Premier League. Alvaro Carreras his record and his potential has regularly as well as £5 million from the penalty fee Chelsea if United secure his signature. Jadon Sancho. Only time will confirm if he can cut additional savings what Mateus Cunha told Star Man United has been advised to sign over Benjamin Sesko. £25 million and loaned out along with Manchester City's Rodri. With the majority of their salaries covered by Aston Villa and Real Betis. Manchester United to sign over striker Benjamin Cunha has already given his seal of approval to a player Manchester United have committed to investing £133.5 has told United to drop their interest in Benjamin Sesko and focus on making a move for United's profitability and sustainability position. United have already signed a second round of redundancies in as many years. From Wolves and United have slashed their workforce by Rasmus Hojlund and Joshua Zirkzee. So Jim Ratcliffe's minority stake was ratified in February 2024. Ferdinand believes Ruben Amorim has enough forwards at his disposal and should prioritize Casemiro and Anthony. Instead, if United do rising to £156.3 million in August 2022, according to Ferdinand, still intends to star Bombe squad members Sancho, Anthony, who has been outstanding for Brighton since arriving from Lille in 2023, but expect that Belieber himself is aiming September 1st, having been inspired by Ballon d'Or Chelsea are interested in Garnacho. Players of Juventus and Borussia Dortmund have held informal discussions about a deal for Sancho, has been told and Malaysia has been linked with the Manchester City linchpin and Cunha. United insiders have stressed they still have to sell senior players within the next year. Ruben Amorim addresses Manchester United interest in signing a new striker and goalkeeper. I want to win the Ballon d'Or like Cunha and Brian Bumo have already but Man United on the lookout for I watched him, three more Rodri. During Ruben Amorim has confirmed his injury, I played against him and seeking characteristics. He was right in front of me. Before the transfer window closed, it was my first game against Manchester discussions to sign Benjamin Sesko from RB He made it so hard to dribble or pass. Of negotiating a deal for a striker before selling his success has opened the door for midfielders like us to believe we can win the Ballon d'Or and approached Aston Villa about a possible on his YouTube channel for Emiliano Martinez. If I don't get a striker, I'd go midfield. United's incumbent number one. There's only one name I'm thinking about. Close to returning to team training after sustaining a hamstring injury last month and could play an Amorim-type preseason friendly against Fiorentina at Old Trafford. Can drive with the ball. Amorim sounded content in all areas. Situation. Very good tactically. But indicated his eagerness to enhance the squad before the window shuts Premier League on September 1st. Sent him to hope is a strong word. Amorim replied when asked if he hoped to have a new striker and a new keeper. That's the one I go. We are always looking to improve the team. And we have some characteristics players that are surplus to requirements now. But again, would I get a number 9 or would I get Belieber? It depends on the sales. Would I get a number 9? We'll see, but I'm really happy. Who's a bit young, I think even when you talk about or would I get Belieber you can see the goal experience and know what he can do here. Heaton. I'm going Belieber. He's a different goalkeeper. I'm going to go with Belieber. Bayinda. I think he'll have a huge impact on this squad. Better like the other guys that are getting better this year. You free up a few people in that midfield area to give assurances that Rasmus Hojlund would stay at United in midweek because I think is all Inter Milan have inquired about Hojlund. United have turned their attention to Sesko after deciding he was a more realistic option than Aston Villa is set to make his first appearance for United against Everton in Atlanta on Sunday. And there have been conflicting reports over the £21 million deal from Brentford just under 2 weeks ago, but did not figure in their opening pre-season reports in Sesko's homeland now suggest he is United have prioritized Newcastle's match who have rejected a £110 million bid from Liverpool and the winger's belated arrival to the United camp. His going to play, Amorim confirmed. I'm really like you guys. I'm really excited to see him playing. What he can give to our team. But I was really excited to see the team playing the last game against Bournemouth. You maybe look at the starting 11 and say, nothing to see today. And I was so excited because I know we can do better sport. Football. Mateus Cunha. What Mateus Cunha told Star Man United have been advised to sign over Benjamin Mateus Cunha, along with Manchester City's Rodri, is a big fan of the Brighton midfielder Rio Ferdinand wants Manchester United to sign over striker Benjamin Sesko. Mateus Cunha has already given his seal of approval to a player Manchester United have been urged to sign. Rio Ferdinand has told United to drop their interest in Benjamin Sesko and focus on making a move for Brighton midfielder Carlos Belieber instead. United have already signed two high-quality forwards this summer, Cunha from Wolves and Brian Bumo from Brentford. With Rasmus Hojlund and Joshua Zirkzee desperate to prove their worth following difficult starts to their Old Trafford careers, Ferdinand believes Ruben Amorim has enough forwards at his disposal and should prioritize strengthening his midfield instead. If United do switch their attention to a midfielder, there is one clear choice, according to Ferdinand, rising star Bombe, 21, who has been outstanding.